Hello everyone, this is Zeeebo and welcome to this AFK journey video. So as I suspected, Velara right here, really good stuff. Not sure where's all the Velara haters, but this unit has been dominating the Dream Realm ever since her release on the global server. So for this unit so far, I think she's gonna be impressive throughout, because like I think any unit with the ability to debuff, with the ability to reduce the haste, and also the ability to do damage while healing at the same time to increase the survival, and last but not least give you that additional stat steals that work even on the boss, is just gonna be crazy good, right? So that's with regards to this unit. So she's really good even at just one copy, because I ran her on the VN side with just one copy, and I think she's working perfectly fine there as well, even though she's a little bit slower. But generally speaking, I think for Velara, or like her kit in general, it's a kit that is just really good for bossing. So she's good for the bosses such as our Nocturne Judicator. So not sure whether or not she was released then, but on this day, Velara's the strongest debuffer for this boss, replacing Sinbad. So the stats still allow your Midnight Hunter to do a lot more damage with all the debuffs on the boss. And then for Plague Creeper, really good stuff as well, as you guys can see. And then we have Talessa right here. So yesterday I wasn't able to actually pull for her because I totally forgot that she dropped in the game, was just way too busy. And then like if you take a look at my rankings yesterday, suffered pretty badly, right? Rank 90th for the 28. I haven't ranked up today yet, so we're gonna pull for her and do the Crystal Beetle run, because she's in the best Crystal Beetle team as well. And then we have yesterday's rank, so yep, rank 30. Usually I'm in the top 20 side, so same thing over here as well, because I totally forgot to pull for her. So that's that. Okay, without further ado, let's pull for the Supreme Plus version of Velara and then showcase her prowess. Let's go. Okay, so I actually gotten like 3 copies of her before I started recording. So our goal for this one is to get like 5 more copies just to get her to the Supreme Plus tier. So without further ado, let's start our pull. So how many pulls to get 5 copies? Let's go. First one, first 10, okay. Second 10, nice. Okay, so that is a PD actually, because it was like 21 summons, right? So right now it's at the 31 mark. So I get an early one. Oh no. Dude, I praised you, Velara. Please come early. Come on. Oh my god. It's like the extreme PD, guys. What? Back to back extreme PD. Oh no. Okay, PD resetted. We're currently at 31 once again. Okay, that's early. That's the 3rd copy. Let's go 2 more. Come on. 2 quick one and then we are done for the day. 2 quick one and then we are done for the day. Please. 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 Come on. Okay. So now we are back on reset. 33. Quick one. 10. 20. Oh no. Please don't let the script repeat itself. Let's go. Oh my god. How many hard PDs was that? I think we're gonna hard PD this one. Crap. Okay. We literally hard PD like 4 times on this pool session, and it's only for the 5 units. I completely forgot whether or not I hard PD'd for the other one, but I think it was from the 40 summons as well as like 10 random summons. So maybe the first 3 pool was just too good. That's why they decided to nerf my last 5 pool. And without further ado, let's upgrade her to Supreme Plus and then do some playtesting. Okay, so moving back to Dream Realm. So we're not gonna talk too much about the previous performances of hers, but she's in the best team for Talessa, as well as in the best team for Plague Creeper, and also the Nocturne Judicator. So for today's run, we just upgraded her to Supreme Plus, and we did some runs with her. So for today's run, apparently there are some extreme RNG with regards to how much she can do depending on the investment of your unit, but I think this one is probably the most consistent and most high damage for the lower investment accounts in general. So this was before Velara. So 123, 133. I think 133 build was my pick on this, with this combination right here. So what Velara does for the team, let's run through the formation. Okay, so what Velara does for the team is basically what Bonnie does, but a lot better, because For Bonnie's case, Bonnie gives you the damage amplification as well as damage, and also the debuff on the boss, and also the ability to amplify the Supreme Plus, the ultimate damage as well as the magical damage for your Chimera, for her to hit a lot harder, right? So this is with Bonnie right here. But with Velara, right, this unit further amplifies our Chimera even further, because she also has the physical and magical defense reduction, and up to 60%, by the way. Pretty massive value. The ability to do additional damage and heal up the allies when needed to keep their survival. And last but not least, the ability to reduce the haste as well as heal up the ally, and more importantly, steal the basic stats of all enemies. So the higher tier she is, the more stats she has based off the EX weapon, the more she can steal. And this basic stat increases your HP, attack, as well as your defenses. So it increases the tankiness of your unit while also increasing your damage output in the process. So that's why she's so broken and so like versatile, like I mentioned a few days back. So without further ado, let's use this and showcase the Velara performance. So we're going to put her here, activate this circle, and then I think the next circle to activate will be one on the opposite end. So let's start the fight. Okay, so she basically replaced Bonnie in this team for consistency. There's another team combination with Bonnie without Coco, but I think Coco is just a lot more consistent in terms of the damage reduction side, because it gives you that massive damage reduction and shielding to protect your allies, to give you that more consistent high damage compared to like the extreme RNG team, which we're going to talk about. So right here with the debuffs activated, okay, with 2 circles activated or 3 circles activated, we will be able to provide like the additional buffs on the next one after it's done. So we're going to speed up to 2 times. So right now, if we take a look at the debuffs that the boss has, there's no haste down on the boss. So I think against this boss, or maybe against the Dream Realm bosses in general, haste down doesn't apply to the boss. So in this case, right, what Velara does for the team is mainly the physical and magical defense debuff, and also the stat steal right here. So on the 4th activation of the magic circle, around the 62-second mark, right, she will be able to merge all the circles together and give you the big circle right here, providing for the stat steal as well as the stats transfer onto the carry right here. So I think this stat steal also technically reduces some defensive capabilities of the boss to transfer to your ally. So that's another added reason why she's so strong, especially for bossing, because like being able to reduce the physical and magical defense of the boss to then allow your units to do more damage is just insane. So that's that. Like there's a whole bunch of debuffs on this unit, as you guys can see right here. It's just so good. Like I think there's a reason why she was nerfed, right? And the reason was probably because she was too good. She basically got the twins treatment where I think they didn't actually test her too much before putting her on the Pioneer server. And then once they realized that, hey, this unit is really too broken, they decided to scale down her numbers so that she's more balanced. But she's still really good, even though she got nerfed down on some of the values, especially on the second skill. It was, if I remember correctly, it was like clearly a 70% physical magical defense reduction, which is like so much better. The additional 10% will definitely amp up the damage by quite a lot. But yeah, this is basically it. So this stat still allows your whole team to tank a lot better and then do damage in the process. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think she's just a really good unit. I've also showcased her in the PvP side, and I think she works there if you're able to activate like at least 2 or 3 circles, or burst the opponent down once the very first few circle activates. So that will be the playstyle for this unit. And right here, we just broke our own record. Okay, 156 build right here. Okay, meta team for today, meta team for Crystal Beetle, meta team for Northern Judicator, Plague Creeper, as well as our Talassa boss itself. So I think moving forward, I'm gonna make a bold prediction, because like I don't really want to gauge her performance off like purely the Pioneer side, because I think Pioneer has very limited data. But I think against Illusia, she might also be really, really good, because like for Illusia's case, I think what she can replace would be the role of Kruger right here. But Kruger does give you some like really good factional coverage with physical defense debuff, so it's hard to say, but I think there is this possibility. And then against Chris Shelbrud, right now looking at this build, I think there's no one she can replace to maximize your damage further. But I could be wrong, it could be a Coco replacement, but who knows? Because like being able to give your units the additional stats so that they can survive better might be more than enough to keep them alive over the use of Coco. So Croatia Wood has a possibility for her. Northern Judicator is proven that she's the best or in the best team. So Sigmund right here was not that good for her if I remember correctly. But I think it's probably because there was no optimal positionings or teams for her here. So there could be a possibility that she's good here. So out of all the different bosses, I think she is at least gonna be good for 5 or 6 of them based off my like initial breakdowns before she runs through all the boss itself. So stay tuned for her how worthy video or pull or skip video in the next few days, because I think after the last boss itself we'll have a good picture of how good this unit is in terms of how she can be used across the board in AFK journey. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye guys.